Toyota has now begun selling a complete lineup of the all-new generation of its innovative multi-purpose vehicle. But even before it officially launched the 2016 Innova in the country, to complete the lineup, it gave motoring journalists a chance to test drive all three vehicles. Up next are highlights of that event.
Last month, motoring journalists arrived at the Clark International Speedway for an event to test drive all three vehicles Toyota's IMV, or Innovative Multipurpose Vehicle Platform Series. After the usual registration and welcome speech came the product presentation, mostly a refresher course of the latest generation Hi-Lux, the all-new Fortuner, and the second generation Innova. The Hi-Lux and the Fortuner already had been officially launched locally. But at the time of the IMV test drive, Toyota had yet to officially introduce the Innova, and news about that was embargoed till the official launch. Mr. Satoru Suzuki, president of Toyota Motor Philippines Corporation, explains the reason for the IMV test drive.
Yeah, because we Toyota is really confident about these models. So we decided to give more information to the press people, making our product reputation and also the sales volume in the future becoming better or more, and giving a good contribution to the overall Toyota sales. We are really confident. That's why we give enough information in advance.
Mr. Sherwin Chua Lim, TMPC Vice President, adds that Toyota wants to spread the word early about the improvements in all three IMVs.
We are actually here at Clark. Today was the product presentation for our friends from the media. Basically, the reason why we're doing this, even before we are launching specifically the Innova, is we would like everyone to have the experience, not just telling you what the improvements are, but basically making you ride and drive the car and tell the public how you feel in terms of the improvements made. We have made a layout in the Clark Speedway that will simulate like a city driving or a bit rough terrain, or when you're going on long trips. So you would feel the difference in terms of comfort, ride comfort, the driving, the stability, and even the braking power. Aside from exterior, we have a lot of improvements in the interior. One is definitely the comfort. The suspension is actually really great. I mean, the car clubs have tested it, and some of our friends from the media has tested or test driven the car. Of course, one of the biggest highlights would be the new engine. For the Fortuner, it carries a 2.8 and a 2.4, though the displacement is lower than the previous generation, but in terms of horsepower, it's higher, and torque is also higher, which gives more fuel efficiency in the vehicle, but you still have that power there in the car.
The day of the test drive comes and it starts with the usual briefing from Tuazon Racing School's JP Tuazon, who has marked out with pylons a number of courses on the tracks of the Clark International Speedway that would allow motoring journalists to experience all the improvements, handling, and comforts of the Fortuner and the Innova. Another course was also set up on the dirt tracks beside the speedway for some off-road driving. While waiting for their turns to try out the Fortuner, the Hi-Lux, and the Innova, some took time out to check out the new interiors and amenities. Pylons mark out a course that tested first the braking power of Toyota's new generation IMV vehicles. Then comes the slalom run that showed the nimble qualities of the Hi-Lux, the Fortuner, and the Innova, all sharing the same platform. Following the slalom is a long run around the track, pylons marking out the apexes vehicles must pass through to take the route at speed. At another section of the speedway is a course marked out like a gymkhana that, if one looks close enough, tests the parking skills of the driver and shows off the maneuverability of Toyota's IMV series vehicles in tight spaces. Outside the fenced-in areas of the speedway, a course follows a dirt track that is run using the Fortuner to showcase its off-road handling qualities. At the end of the day, all who participated in the test drives are impressed by the Hi-Lux, Fortuner, and the Innova.
Well, I drove the Fortuner and the Innova today. I'm very impressed with both. Let's start with the Fortuner. The handling is much quieter. It's much more sedan-like, like what Chief Engineer Nakajima designed it for. The handling is superb, and you can hear very little to zero road noise, even in the off-road track. And the 4x4 2.8-liter engine comes with hill start assist or hill assist and hill descent as well. So almost everything you really need for off-roading and for on-road, the comfort and the ruggedness is there. For the Innova, though, I'm also very just blown away by the exterior. The overall exterior design is much better, and so has the interior. It has also improved vastly in terms of dome lights and all the other amenities, and the drive as well. It comes with a 2.8-liter engine, a little detuned from the engine you get from the Fortuner, but it still definitely provides so much in terms of driving on road, and the comfort, convenience is there.
Well, we were given the chance to drive the new Fortuner in various road conditions. We drove it around the track when we were able to test the braking and how the car feels at high speed. And the organizers also constructed an off-road course, so we can test the 4x4 of the new Fortuner. Well, the new Fortuner, if you're going on or off the road, you can actually sip coffee. It's very comfortable. And I like the trimmings, the leathers, the stitch leathers that they included in the interiors. It gives off a touch of class for the new Fortuner.
So in your opinion, it was a drastic change?
Oh yes, definitely. This is a newer and better model, definitely.
IMV lineup, it's one of the best lineups for Toyota. Assuredly, it's improved so much in terms of handling, the ride. I'm not sure about the fuel efficiency for now because I haven't tested it on a long-term basis. But definitely, the handling is better. The ride has improved so drastically better. And I'm sure this is going to be one of the best sellers again for Toyota.
Yeah, yung talagang dumikit sa mind ko is the new Innova. Ang dami niyang improvements, refinements from outside to interiors. Malaking pinagbago eh. I'm sure ma-insecure yung mga ibang competitors nito, lalo na papasok na siya sa market. I like the power. Tapos yung we ran through the chicane, konting-konti yung body roll niya, which is surprising for a MPV like Innova. Tapos yung braking niya, very dependable. The abrupt braking with the ABS. Tamang-tama yung distansya na merong naiiwan na safe distance dun sa pedestrian ako tumatawid.
The Fortuner, there's a big improvement with the driving ergonomics of the Fortuner. The diesel engine is a lot more quiet, and the new GD series engine is a lot more quiet than the previous compared to the previous generation, and the suspension has been improved significantly. So it's now a lot more civilized, and it still moves nicely, but the ride comfort is much improved compared to the previous generation.
Both the Innova and the Fortuner are very much improved from the last model. The interiors of the new cars are really much better than before, more luxurious, and I'm really impressed with the new cars. It is a very drastic change for him, and the competition really has something to be worried about.
The verdict is unanimous. Toyota has a solid IMV lineup that can contribute mightily to the company achieving another triple crown: #1 in passenger car, commercial vehicles, and total vehicle sales.
To be sure, the competition will be a tight one. What with other car makers offering all new variants of SUVs, pickups, and multi-purpose vehicles in the local market. And this will all surely be to the benefit of buyers who are spoiled for great choices.